Back to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board is an idiom that means to start over, or to go back to the beginning of a project or plan, because the current approach has failed, or proved to be ineffective. It's often used when the initial attempt didn't yield the desired results, and a new strategy, or plan is needed.
The recipe for the cake turned out too sugary. We'll have to go back to the drawing board.
In our example here, the recipe for the cake didn't work as expected. So, the woman needs to start again and come up with a new recipe. It's like going back to the beginning to try something different and hopefully achieve better results. After failing the practice test, the student decided to go back to the drawing board and revise his study plan. In this case, a student took a practice test and didn't perform as well as he had hoped. This experience made him realize that his current study plan wasn't effective in preparing him for the test. So, he decided to go back to the drawing board, which means he decided to completely reevaluate and revise his study plan. Steal someone's thunder. If you steal someone's thunder, you take away attention or praise from what someone else did by doing something similar or revealing it before they can.
After Jack gave a moving speech, his friend Bob managed to steal his thunder by sharing a personal story.
In the sentence "to steal his thunder" means Bob grabbed the attention and spotlight away from Jack's impactful speech by sharing his personal story, diminishing the impact of Jack's speech. It's like taking away someone's moment of recognition.
When the athlete was praised for his achievement, another athlete managed to steal his thunder by sharing his future goals.
In our example, when the first athlete received praise for doing well, the second athlete grabbed attention by talking about his own future goals. This is called stealing someone's thunder, which means taking away the attention someone else was getting. Next, we have the phrase "the ball is in your court." The phrase "the ball is in your court" means it's your responsibility to take action now, like in a game when it's your turn to play.
I've done my part of the project, now the ball is in your court to complete the remaining tasks.
In this example, the woman has completed her assigned portion of the project, and now it's the other person's responsibility to finish the tasks that are left.
Once you have all the facts, the ball is in your court to give your final recommendation.
In this context, after the man received all the necessary information, or facts, it's now up to him to provide his final recommendation or decision. Once it's in someone's court, it's his turn to respond. Jump the gun. Jump the gun is an idiomatic expression that means to start doing something too soon, or before it is appropriate, often leading to misunderstandings or complications. It refers to acting prematurely or impulsively, without waiting for the appropriate time or signals.
The movie hasn't even started, and you're already predicting the ending? You're definitely jumping the gun.
In this case, it's about predicting things before you have enough information. The person is prematurely predicting how the movie will end, even though it hasn't even begun.
He assumed he got the job just because of a brief interview, but he was clearly jumping the gun.
In this context, it means the man was making assumptions about the job offer before any official confirmation or thorough assessment had taken place. Left out in the cold. Left out in the cold is an idiomatic expression that means to be ignored, excluded, or abandoned, often in a situation where one expected to be included or supported. It's like being isolated, akin to being left outside without shelter in the cold.
She was the only one not invited to the party, making her feel completely left out in the cold.
In our example here, the woman didn't get an invitation to the party, which made her feel like nobody wanted her around. It's like being all alone outside in the cold.
His friends went on a trip without telling him, leaving him feeling left out in the cold.
In our example here, his friends went on a trip without telling him, and he felt like they didn't want him to go. It's like being alone outside in the cold.